Vesta Part 2 from Stories of Old Greece and Rome, public domain reading. When Aeneas fled from burning Troy, and took with him some of the fire from the temple of Vesta, as the thing most necessary in the founding of a new city, he also brought to the shores of Italy his own household gods, or Penates, who presided over the daily affairs of the household, and were the guardians of each member of the family, on whose hearth they held the place of honor. The statue of the Penates were of clay, wax, ivory, silver, or gold, according to the master's wealth, and were always carried to the new home when the family changed its dwelling place. When the common meal was served, a small portion of it was set aside for the Penates, and a libation of wine was poured to them on the hearth. In return for this daily deference, the Penates blessed the household with happiness and prosperity. The Lares were also worshipped by the Roman family, though they were quite unknown to the Greeks. They were the divinities that preserved the family unit, and often were a sort of embodiment of the spirit of its head and founder. The Lares also guarded the welfare of the city and presided over the fortunes of those great groups of families that were the probable foundation of every Roman town. Tradition tells us that the Lares were the two children of Mercury and a beautiful naiad named Lara. This nymph was so loquacious that she talked from morning to night and was very fond of prying into other people's affairs, that she might thereby have some new subjects for conversation. One day she heard Jupiter making love to a beautiful wood nymph, and instead of keeping the matter discreetly to herself, she hurried off to tell the whole affair to Juno. The impertinence so angered Jupiter that he determined to punish her severely, and also to prevent her from doing any more tale-bearing and gossiping. So he had poor Lara's tongue cut off. He then summoned Mercury and bade him to take the nymph to Hades, where the sight of her sad face could never offend Jupiter's eyes again. On the way down to Pluto's kingdom, Mercury fell in love with his fair companion, and instead of leading her into Hades, he took her to a kindlier place, where he soon won her love and persuaded her to be his wife. The two children of Mercury and Lara were called Lares, and to them the Romans paid many honors, reserving for them a place of honor on the family hearth.